Hello, my name is Josh and welcome to the GYG R3 karting channel. We are en route to a lovely GYG this morning. If you know me well, you know that I love GYG with the mother.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, so we're off for Club 100, as you're probably already aware if you've seen my socials. We're just going to see how today goes. Not really got much expectation for today, just do well. So I'll see you to the race footage. Hello everyone, you might not be able to hear me here. Just a small update, it is now 10 AM and we are yet to be out. We are in the final session of both practice and quali. We've got Max Bull, we've got Chris Clark, we've got Frida, and then everyone else is gone. We have what? Ronnie Pickering. Yeah, we've lost about 50 people. There are loads of us here.
Josh is gonna crash and burn.
Did they go for a kiss? Josh is gonna flip on Monster Curve. Monster Curve! So yeah, just waiting for us to go out and circuit now. We're in studio waiting for us. Good luck, mate. We got Clark! There's Clark's on his way out. Is Clark in cadets? Oh! So, we're about to go watch Clark, and then we've got a junior session. It's Sav's supposed to be out, and then we're all out. All of us out at once.
Yeah, no, we're second junior C flight.
You've been on the 4 sessions, aren't you, Fico? So, yeah, about 30 minutes we'll be out, but I'll catch you to that footage. Just wanted to do a quick check-up. Stop swearing at the camera! Right then, people, let's get this race underway for the... Well, it's the practice for the official session, but we are... For the official race, sorry, I've already botched the voiceover up and it's 15 seconds in, but I'm not restarting it because of how bloody warm it is in this room, about 30 degrees, but I've shut the windows and turned the fan off just so your voiceover quality is very, very good. So if you appreciate this a lot, make sure to drop it a like and maybe even subscribe if you're feeling nice. However, we are out for the practice, and this practice session gets quite spicy as we make an overtake straight away. This is Glenny Gores in a Club 100 car with a driver that weighs 62 kilos with seat insert and full gear. You are riding along with yours truly, GYG Revs, for these two sessions. And so we start lap number 1. Let's go into a little bit of insight to when we were last at GYG and how it went while we are under a yellow flag. The last time we was here was May 2025 in a Pantano car from last year. Which just when you say it doesn't seem like that long ago, but it has been a hot minute since I've been at my number 1 favourite kart track. Yeah, guys, I'm sorry, I've got to turn the fan on. It is absolutely roasting in this room. I cannot do a voiceover without my cooling. But up ahead we have got Chris in our number 59 car, and we've got the driver in an orange helmet. I can't really see his number plate, so I can't tell you who this driver is. And there is someone in a blue suit and a Zamp helmet who nearly drops it as we slot up the inside at the Devil's Elbow, as we are going to try catch up to Chris, who was flying in this session with a gap of 5/10 off the winner of this session, Josh Robinson, setting a 50.0 while Chris set a 50.5, which is for Chris. I've never seen him that high up in a Club 100 event, so he must have been flying. So props to him, that was a really good run. Now we've got everyone on this session. I will give you the full rundown of our group here. So Josh Robinson, Aloysius Millard, Ellis McKenzie, Chris Clark, Ruben Gardiner, Ty Dewey Sherlock, Josh Whitaker, which is me, who as I came 7th in this session, on the number 92 plate, and we're about to come on to Ruben, as he is sat right in front in the number 11. But between me and Ruben, we have Freddie Donald, Harry Kennedy and Paige, and Jaden Steaton. So that's your top 12 for this session, and then Max and Clara sat a little bit below, with Frida at the very bottom with a time about 4 seconds off mine. You'll see Frida a lot. Well, you'll see her a couple times on screen, but you'll also see a lot of her on the digiflag as we do the switchback on Ruben. That is a pretty good move, if I do say so myself. Ruben has come along very well in recent days, and he has been quite quick. We haven't seen much of him lately, but in his Club 100 debut, he did extremely well, qualifying for the A final. Oh my days, it's too warm, honest. As we've got a driver in front, I don't know who this driver is because I could not tell you his number plate, but he goes extremely wide. Track limits. I want warnings. But we are really closing up on him, coming into turn 2. We're not going to be that ballsy to try dive into there, but are we going to go for it at the hairpin at Spoon? No, we brake too soon. However, we get a decent enough run. However, the slipstream is not there. The slipstream is very prominent in these Club 100 carts here at GYG, but he taps his rear right wheel on the grass, and as he's on the power, he's going to lose the back end inevitably and spin out, which ultimately gets me back past him. We weren't even in front of him in the first place. But now we are trailing a driver in a red suit and black helmet. Once again, I couldn't tell you who this is. Cart number 103, I'm assuming the driver that spun out is in cart number 103, who is Zach Sharif. If I botch your name up, let me know. But yeah, if he watches this, and there's another driver that's gone round at Spoon, that gives me another place, and we are catching someone now in a orange and black suit with a chrome helmet. We'll be able to see better because he brakes quite early for those yellow flags. And as we get back underway, it's still spun round at the driver who spun on the last lap. He's still there, but let's see what we can do now. We need to set a clear lap. We've not had one proper clear lap, I don't think, since this session started. And there's 3 drivers that have come through, one including Ellis McKenzie, the current championship leader and friend of mine from GKL 2024. I need to release some footage from GKL 2024 from Shennington, because I remember I took the GoPro on there and I still have a little bit saved. As we slam on the brakes, as Frida has got a black flag in the number 57. I have absolutely zero clue what for, but here comes Aloysius up my inside. Didn't not even see him come in, and absolutely murders the guy in the chrome helmet, where I feel in the voice over me, I thought I could send that move. You can send the move from so far back in these Club 100 carts, but nope. I decided to wuss out as per usual. Actually, no, we can't really say that because the confidence has grown quite a bit as the driver in the chrome helmet gets through. Frida in front is on a black flag, so we didn't really need to overtake her, but we want to set a good lap. So we did. And off we go. We have 4.5 minutes left of the session. Let's see what we can do. We did quite well during this session, I feel. And what lap is this? Lap 7. No, it's not really my quickest lap is on the last lap. I'll tell you that. I don't want to download lap times, please. I'm fully running on the Alpha Live app to tell you that time, as I did not quite implement it. As that driver runs wide and we get the move done. As I've not implemented the lap times on screen. Purely because my laps are a bit different to the time lapse, as I start behind the gantry, I think. So it classed my first lap as my out lap as a real lap. So I've not put that time in on screen like I did last year. I hope that clears it up. But hey ho. Now, after this video, we have got an absolute plethora. Once the summer comes around, there is going to be not only a lot of videos, but a lot more chances for me to go karting. As most of my mates are aware, if my mates are watching this, I am in year 10, which means mock season begins. Now, I am part way through those mocks, so that is going to make editing a little bit tricky in the mix of revising for, well, the next year. So I'll take every karting opportunity I can get, as Frida gets another warning, to post for you guys so you can see my documentation of, well, my entire career pretty much. As this session's about to draw to a close and someone stood at the side telling us to slow down as another driver has gone off at Spoon. I'm really saying this a bit too quick, but like I say, it's revising season, so this is, well, I'm recording this on a weekend, so this is pretty much my only chance to get to edit videos. So most of the video, about 2 or 3 videos that are coming up after this one, will be on a voiceover and edited on the exact same day, just so my content can be fresh and we can just post. I can just post as much as possible as Frida gets another black flag. And I will just try my best. I'm pretty much locked in for BIKC, because I'll not take the GoPro for all the Sheffield videos, but I have got a Sheffield video already in the lineup, which got quite spicy. I've not added the race league into it due to a certain incident, but that will be explained on the video itself when it comes out. And also, as a matter of fact, these will not all be coming out in chronological order, as I've got 2 Wakefield videos and a Sheffield video, NWKC and this one, and I think I've got another one as well. So I've got 6 sets of editing to do. I'm not going to do them all in this one voiceover period. I'm going to spread them out a little bit, just on the day of this voiceover even, so I can spread my content out. Now then, I'm saying all this because we have got some clear air for a change. Like, honest to God, at this point I was thinking, well, this is weird, why have we got so much clean air? Because it's Club 100, you'll see a car every 5 seconds. Otherwise, as I run very wide for some reason, I don't know. But I'll give you the race rundown after this session, in the second session, which is qualifying. Because it does get quite intense. There are reasons for that. As Frida comes back into the pit lane, how many black flags is one going to get in one race? Like, honest to God, I'm sorry, Frida, but how are you getting 2 black flags in one session? How does that work? But anyways, we're on the final lap now. We're just gonna have to be extremely cautious of what we do. Well, we don't really need to be cautious. It's practice. It's not any sort of race. Why am I saying that? But as we come down into this bottom section now, into the Devil's Elbow for the final time in practice, we're about to see the checkered flag as we come down these final couple of corners and mark off this session as one of very many good sessions this year for Club 100 as we cross the line to see that checkered flag on the digiboard. And well, that's it for practice. There was only one practice session as we didn't take part in the test day. So what's next? Qualifying. Yes, qualifying. You are going to see a Club 100 qualifying from me for the first time. I'll see you there. As we know what they say, Bright lights mean tan lines. As we go out, there's no tanning for us as we're in a suit, but who's bothered? It's karting time. Let's get this qualifying session underway. Let's get these tyres warm, and let's go get pole. I hope I'm giving it a little bit too much enthusiasm here. Well, actually, no, I'm not giving it that much enthusiasm. We ended up 8th. But however, with the time that we got, we ended up in the B final. Can I have one good qualifying session? Can we just stop crashing out during a video? It's the second time you're in the B final. Cry about it. Get better next time. That's all we have to say. As we start lap number 14, I did count that one as not an outlap, but I've still not put the timings in because I'm lazy. But we are trying to run away from all the drivers. Why are you on the racing line when you letting someone go? Really? This is how this session's going to go by the looks of it, as we're behind the driving the white bell helmet with the blue suit, and for some reason I am allergic to overtaking people in the carousel. Josh, you can overtake them and on the carousel. The carousel's easier. Yep. Ellis, mate, are you alright? Yeah, he was definitely on something this session, as he sets a 49.8. He's been flying as Ellis. He needs to teach me a thing or two about driving, or shall I just put some stilts on note for the best, because he can lean that sod. Jesus Christ. As we shoot down that main straight now. No slipstream this time around, so it's making life about 10 times harder. And we shoot into the bottom bit and down towards the carousel. Wait, what? Why have I just gone silent? Anyways, that was a bit weird. We shoot through the carousel and we're seeing Chris. Now, Chris looks to be a bit struggling in this session. He doesn't seem to be happy with the back end. As we're catching up to Clara now. Clara's giving that thing a good old lean as well. What is with everyone dropping leans? Chris is doing the neuro lean. But we're going to get Clara down the straight, I think. Yes, we are. Clara moves out of the way and allows me to just slide through at turn 2. Very nice of her to let me go. And now we can chase after Chris. Now, Chris is going to be a huge feature in this part of the video, as for the next 5 laps, me and Chris will jockey back and forth, using each of the slipstreamers and hoping for the best. However, this ended up being something that we should not have done. We should have just stuck, one of us should have just stuck behind and used each other as a scythe. That meaning me, because I was quicker in the session. However, we've got a train of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 carts, as me and Chris are just gonna, I think, work together to get a bit clean air here. However, Chris is willing to just shoot through at turn 2. That's a really smooth move from Chris, and I follow him through, but he's gone a little bit deep, but he's pushing me wide. But however, we're going to go into the carousel. We're not allergic to the dive. We're going to do a crazy Brad Philpott double overtake into the carousel. That's what we've been waiting for. That's what we want. Now I'm screaming at this like it's Rocket League, but who cares? Double overtaking to the carousel. We will take that all day long as the driver runs wide. And we go into the corner of the monster curb, the final corner, and through, I think it's Club or Cafe, Max's corner. I couldn't resist it. And now down up into turn 2. I'm so glad I waited for a move at carousel after that, because oh my god. Now I'm going to tell you about what happened during the races. Now, the pre-final. Murdered 14 times in the first lap, yet still finished 7th. 6th, I think. Yeah, 6th. And after a mild crash out for myself and Chris getting the unfortunate news of him being disqualified, we went into the final. And I'm sorry, but I don't know what these penalties were on about. And I will display them on screen now, I think. Let's explain what happened. So the jump start penalty was not my fault. I was being bummed off the line, and so was the driver in front, I think. I was being bullied from behind as Chris gets packed through, so I was pushed on the start. Then I was jockeying for P1 and P2 just to get a podium spot. At that point, I thought it was a 5-second penalty, so I was telling the guy behind desperately to work with me. However, he just didn't do that because he knew more than me. And then it came to about lap 7 in the race, I would say. Let me have a quick look. Junior light, super lightweight B final. Yeah, I decided to get 3 penalties in the race. Laps. Let's have a look at the lap times, and that will tell us what actually happened. So, lap number, if I can find my name. So why is my name not popping up? There. On lap number 6, I was pushed off twice. And then, as a result, I took my hand off the wheel at the first attempt because I had slightly injured my wrist in the process. Then Club 100 decided to give me a penalty for that, but before into this section exactly, I was pushed onto the grass on the left-hand side, and then saw the first penalty and had a crash out into that black box on the left. JV, sorry. Massive mistake. Another penalty, and then I just climbed my way up, and then had the biggest depression moment of my life as I saw Max Bull get a trophy. Woo! Go on, Max! That was not the depressing part. That was the good part. and then decided just to go home and have a Mackies with all the lads. So it was a good day. It was a good day, apart from the final where we got bummed. But it's fine. We'll come back at Rowra. We'll do better at Rowra. I hope that does not come back to bite me in the butt, but let's just see how that goes. Also, joining us in our little groups were some drivers that weren't in our category, and drivers who weren't even in our sessions either, such as Kai Jackson. And the guys in the other category include Luke Collins, Clark Bromley, and Sav. So it was a good day to see everyone and help everyone out, etc. And obviously just have a laugh, because that's what karting is. It's all about the fun. It's not all about competitiveness. It's more about enjoying it than anything else. However, at the moment, school is more important as mock season, so that is why I haven't had the chance to post any videos. So I'm sorry, but I hope you guys all can understand that I need to low-key lock in at school, otherwise my future has no karting involved, because it's the most expensive sport. Yay! But hopefully the aim is to one day get into an owner again. I really wish we could have continued, but it is what it is. I'm guessing you guys would have loved to see some more of that content, but we will. One day I will try to get us into an owner car, just like what happened with Rookie. Strap the chin mount on for that one session. It'll be alright. I'm hoping to try a lot of team sport tracks as well, such as Leicester, and take the GoPro down to Warrington, and also Bradford. Yes, Bradford. And maybe even a team sport Nottingham hack with Freddie one day. Speaking of Freddie, he's sat right in front of us. No, it's not, it's Frida. As we get past Frida into the spoon. For how many times have we passed Frida? Let's see. I'm currently in the process of coaching Frida. It's alright. You'll get there eventually, Frida. I'll help you get there. However, there is just one more lap after this one, and then we're going to bring the checker flag out to end the day off. And to spare you guys, your guys' ears, because I am louder than bin man at 6 o'clock in the morning, or the Heron's lorry that decides to come outside when I'm sleeping at 7 AM on a Saturday morning. I did not appreciate that. As the final lap begins, let's just take a moment to enjoy the scenery. Just look at that. Just look at GYG. There's a yellow flag. Let's have a little bit of ASMR of the car. Listen to that engine. It's so nice. I love it. I probably sound really weird just from saying that, but who cares? I love the sound of engines as we dip into the Devil's Elbow for the final time and stick behind Freddie, as Freddie's the driver in front with a couple of seconds, and we are going to round off one very exciting and hopeful day in the future, as future me hopes this time's me hopes it's a good day and 8 final victories, even though we know it's never going to happen. But anyways, we round off today, and I'm going to round off this voiceover since there is no more footage for me to share during this video. So thank you all so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Take care.